Hey everybody, back for part 2 of GUI. So this is the template for doing just about any GUI program, and then some information about the syntax that's going on there. So when I go back to this program where we created our label demo, there's not a lot of text there, but a lot of things are happening. So we're importing the EasyFrame class from the Python GUI, Breezy Python GUI module. And then we're defining label demo class as a subclass of EasyFrame. The label demo class describes the Windows layout and functionality. And then we define an underscore init method in the label demo class. This method is automatically run when the window is created. The underscore init method runs a method with the same name on the EasyFrame class and then sets up any window component to display in the window. In this case, the add label method is run on the window itself. The add label method creates a window component, a label object with the text hello world, and adds it to the window at the grid position 0, 0. And then the last 5 lines of code just define a main function and check to see if the Python code file is being run as a program. If it is, so if you get a true for that, if underscore name equals main, then the main loop method is called. And Python virtual machine runs the loop behind the scenes. The main loop method is run. It just enters the loop where it makes the thing happen. And the loop terminates when the user clicks on the Windows close box, or as we sometimes need to do, go and force quit the thing. All right, so all right, the syntax of class and method definition. So each definition has a one-line header that begins with a keyword, either class or def, followed by a body of code indented one level in the text. Indents are super important here. A class header contains the name of the class, followed by a parenthesized list of one or more parent classes. And the body, nested one tab under the header, consists of one or more method definitions. A method header looks like a function header, but a method always has at least one parameter named self. So this is a diagram. Label demo is a subclass of EasyFrame, which is in turn a subclass of frame from tkinter. All right, so we're going to explore the details of window and window components. So we'll learn how to choose appropriate classes of GUI objects, access and modify their attributes, and organize them to cooperate to perform the task at hand. So most important attributes: the title, the width, the height, whether or not it can be resized, and background color. So each of these windows can be resized by default. But if you wanted to have a window pop up and the user not be able to make it bigger or smaller, you could make that false. So here's an example of overriding the dimensions of a frame. You could say, EasyFrame dot underscore init underscore self comma, and then just say what you want the width and the height to be. So here's some example methods: set background color, set resizable, true or false, set size, tell it the width, tell it the height, and set the title. So as for the layout, as I was saying, it's the same as the image, where I'm going 0, 0 at the top, 1, 1 to the right. So this code down here creates a class called layout demo, and then it's going to basically down here, self.addLabel text equals 0, 0. So this is going to add the text 0, 0 in the 0th row, 0th column, and then do the same thing for 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. So I copied that and put that into this file, which is called 01 grid. So if you look, it looks a lot like the previous one, only I've got more stuff under the EasyFrame dot underscore init underscore self. I've just got all those self dot add labels. So back in the label demp or label demo, after the EasyFrame init, I just had the one label. Here I've got 4 labels. So I'm adding in the text, telling it where to put it also, where I guess I did that before with label demo, right? I told it to put hello world in the 0, 0. And then I still need to do my main, where I do, now before I did label demo here, I just do whatever the name of the class that I've instantiated is, and then dot main loop. So let's run this, see what happens. All right, so this pop-up got called, and it's got 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. And even though it looks like it's kind of shrink wrapped around this, I can pull this out big. And the default setting is always break the window up into as many boxes as have been given to it by us. So the 1, 0 box here is from here over to here, over to here, over to here if I've resized it. And the default is to put the text in the top left of it. So if I make it any size like that, it'll just move to the top left. So one way to get around that is to use stickies. So we can override that default alignment, putting things in the top left by including the sticky attribute as a keyword argument here. So I'm going to have another program where I add after the row column the sticky NSEW, which is north, south, east, west. So that's going to happen in here. So the same thing, layout demo, and then I'm adding the sticky NSEW at the end of all these. So now when I run this, see, I need to close that other window. Oh, it disappeared from me. Let's see here. Go to my force quit. Force quit that one. All right. All right, and then I'll run this program. So now when I pull this apart, it's automatically put these in the center of the boxes that they're in. So as big as I make it, it's got 4 things that go in it, and they go in the center of the corresponding boxes. All right, and then if I had maybe I only had 3 things I wanted to display, and the thing that goes in the bottom row, maybe I wanted to span both columns. So I could do that by adding 3 labels. I'll put the first one in the 0, 0, the next one in the 0, 1, and then this last one, I'll say the text is 1, 0, and 1. And then I'm going to say where it goes, row 1, column 0. And then I want to say column span equals 2. So that's going to make it so it spans 2 columns. So we'll call, so that's this program I've got over here, and I'll post all these to Canvas. So I'm going to run this. And let's see, there it is, it popped up. So it's got the 0, 0, 0, 1, and then this is spanning both of the columns in the second row. Sneaking suspicion my time's running out here. Oh, 8:37. All right, so then moving on from here, types of window components and their attributes. So Breezy Python GUI includes methods for adding each type of window component to a window. Each method uses the form self.addComponentType. So we were doing a lot of self.add labels so far. So maybe we want to add different types of things. So when this method is called, Breezy Python GUI creates an instance of the requested type of window component, initializes the component's attributes with default values or values that you provide, places the component in its grid position, and then returns a reference to the component. So now we get into displaying images, which I embarrassingly have not gotten to work yet. I keep getting the same error to happen, which is why you might see this Stack Overflow website where I keep getting this error for too early to create image. So I hope to get that ironed out at some point. So I'm ending part 2 GUI now. Thank you all for coming and playing. See you very soon.